So you're building on an Italian seaside village, but you want to make sure that your buildings have the best view of the ocean. Let's take a look at Positano. So this is Positano by SlugFest Games. I'm going to say this is some pretty basic looking box art here. I mean, just a lot of empty white along the sides. Picture's fine. It looks like a postcard, which I know is what they're going for, but it doesn't really do a lot to grab you into it. And it was definitely not this box art that pulled me into this at Gen Con. It was looking at this thing on the table that grabbed my attention because there was a lot going on and it looked pretty cool. And we can take a look at this here and see that, yeah, there is quite a lot going on here with all this. It has some table presence, which is what grabbed me into it. So what is going on with all this? Well, let's go ahead and clear this off here so I can show you what's going on with this game. So we can see what this looks like here. All of the spots on here are different lots, which are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, and A, B, C, and D. We got the game board here where these tiles can come out. Let's go ahead and take a look at these tiles first, because this will show us kind of how things go here. So these are going to be your lot tiles. This will start with 4 of these coming out randomly. And these simply tell you the lot that you can build on. Such as this would let you build on 4C, this one on 1D, this one on 2D, and this one on 4A. And also what the building height limit is, although there are ways to get around this limit. This row can be 1 high, the 2 row can be 2 high, the 3 row can be 3 high, and the 4 row can be 4 high. These are going to be your block tiles. This is how you get blocks to play the game. Now you're going to start off with the gray bordered ones here, which are kind of starter ones. Everybody starts with 1 block. You have to get your other blocks by bidding on these. This would be 2 blocks, 4 blocks, 3 blocks, and 2 blocks. There's some in here that do some other things. This one, for example, would triple the number of blocks that you currently have in hand, or give you 3 blocks. And most of them do things like that. This is double or 2 blocks. And these are your build tiles. And just like the block tiles, your build tiles, your starter ones have a gray border. This will let you build with a bronze roof. Bronze roof scored the least amount of points. This lets you build with a gold roof. Gold roof scored the most points. This lets you build with a silver roof, which is in the middle. This one will do something fancy. This will let you build a bronze roof, but you can build 1 block higher. So you can build 1 story higher than the limit. So if you were to build here, for example, you could build 2 high. So basically those is what lets you build higher. Now additionally, there are other things that can be done in these, such as this one, which will let you build 2 higher. So you could build a 3 high here, or all the way to a 6 high on the 4s. This one would let you build a silver, but also upgrade some other bronze building that you have to a silver. This one will let you build silver 1 taller than the regulation, but also add 1 block to some other building. Even if it makes that building go above the regulation height, it will let it go above it there. And on these fancy ones here, this is not an either or. You get all 3 of these. Get the build silver, build 1 higher, add a block to some other building. So this game is going to have an auction element to it. You will see that every player will get a hand of these, and this is basically how you are going to bid. You have your bid cards over here, and your boost cards over here. These represent your bid for the 3 different tile types. This one here would be bidding 20 there, 30 there, and 70 there. So bidding really low on these, bidding heavily on that one. We have one that's 40, kind of in the middle all the way across. We have one that's 50, 10, 60. When you play a bid, you will also play a boost. And this just adds this value to all of these. Such as this would add 21 to all these, you know, pushing this to like 91 and 41, or something like 31, 81, and 71. We have some that only boost up 5. So additionally, you've got a few other things that can score, and that is gelato. You will see that there are tiles that have gelato, and there are going to be cards that have gelato. For every gelato that you end up played, so every card that ends up in your discard pile and every tile that ends up in your discard pile, all of those that have gelato on it, you get a point for each gelato. If you have something like this that has 2 gelato, then that's 2 points. Lastly, you have the goals here. These goals will come out and you will have 3 different ones that will be in play. You have 6 cards, but they're double-sided, so that's 12 different possible goals. So let's go ahead and see how some quick bidding will go on here. Every player, 1 auction card and 1 boost card. Okay, so for the blocks here, we've got 44, 32, 46, and 61. So right here, yellow has 1 with 61. They get first pick, and they get to decide which one they want to build on. They're going to go ahead and grab 4A right there. 46 is next with green. Green will pick that one. Pink will pick this guy, and blue will end up with that one. We're now going to go on to this one, and remember that we are now going off of the second number here. So we have 84, 82, 46, and 61. So 84 goes first. 84 is going to pick to go ahead and get all of these blocks. 82 will go next, and we'll pick these. 61 and 46 will both get those. And lastly, we're going to look at the bottom here, which is going to be 34, 72, 46, and 61. So 72 gets to go first. And right now, blue just has 1D, which is going to be the bottom row. So they are actually going to be very interested, even though it's going to be bronze, to get that extra height on that. So they're going to grab that. 61 will be next. They're going to go ahead and grab this one and get that. 46 will grab that one. And then 34 will grab that one. So now they just each get to build on their section here. Pink has a total of 5 blocks currently. They're going to build on to 2D. Unfortunately, they can only build 2 high, but these do go on to the next turn. So they will be able to use those other 3 blocks later on. So blue is going to go here on the 1D. They can build 1 above the regulation, which is 1. They're going to put the bronze roof on it. That is going to block one of pink's right there, so they're already blocking somebody. Green is going to build on the 4C, and they are going to build a silver. They can build 4 high, but they only have 3 because they got 2 and had the 1. So they'll go ahead and build what they can there. That did run green out of blocks, so they don't have any more, as you can see here. So they've got to get blocks for the next round. And yellow is able to build on 4A in gold. They only have 3 blocks, so they're just going to go ahead and build their gold right there. where they can on 4A. And then we're going to see these come out for the next one. Okay, so to score this scoring scenario here, we'll go ahead and start with pink. Pink does not have any bronze, so we'll go to silver. 1, 2, 3 silver for 6 points. For gold, they have 1, 2, 3, which that will be 9. So 9 into 6 will be 15 points. For yellow, we have 2 bronze at 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 silver at 10 points for 12. With 3 back there, which give us 15. Blue has 1, 2 bronze sections. It has 1 silver section for another 2 points to get us to 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold sections, which bring us to 15 points. So you can see that the number of actual tiles does not necessarily give you who is going to win. It's going to depend on ones that are showing and the color of the roof tile, which tells you what the construction type is of your building. This game has a limited number of rounds based off of the number of tiles that are available there. There's 16, so in a 4-player game, you're going to have 4 rounds, and that's going to end the game. So you can see that this game has like a very defined end point to it. It isn't going to go on forever. It will kind of stop at some point. One thing that I really did love about this one was when I went through the demo of this game at Gen Con, it was 25 minutes for him to explain the game to us and for us to play the entire game. This says 30 minutes here, and you know a lot of these games lie on the time and say they're a little shorter than what they are. This one really is like at 30 minutes. Looking at it here, you do have options for a less number of players. Just some of the tiles end up going away. In a 3-player game, you'll randomly pull one of these tiles out. Then that space will be blocked off the entire game, and it'll be the other 15 that you can use, so it will be 5 rounds. You'll only have 3 of these come out here for that. For a 2-player game, you end up pulling 4 of the lot tiles out just to kind of minimize the game and make it go a little bit quicker. There is a 1-player mode where you end up playing against Otto, and which is the Otto the automata, and Otto just kind of throws out random cards and builds things. But yeah, and so really the 4-player and 3 players really where this excels. 2 players, okay, I like it more with more players, and the 1-player is fine, you can do it. But what do you do if you want more than 4 players? Well, there is the Crowded Cliffside Expansion. You get a whole new set of boards for this, and the reason you get new boards for this is because you end up with 5. How do you get the 5 with using the same frame? Well, let me show you here. You end up with 1 that will be there, kind of beachfront, right there on the beach. And you'll see that you now have 5 of them on each of these, so they are just closer to each other. And you can see the difference in them there. So this gives you 25 spaces on there. So with 5 players, you will play 5 rounds, fill up all 25 of these spaces. With 6 players, you will play 4 rounds, with 1 of these being blocked off. You can also play a longer 4-player version on this, a game that goes to 6 rounds. And of course you're like, hey, there's not enough room for all of the tiles. Well, you got room for more, so those go there. You get, of course, 2 new colors with purple and orange. There are plenty of pastels out there. We were not going to run out of colors. You get more roofs, so you don't run out of them. Cards for the purple and orange players. You're going to end up with some additional block tiles and some additional build tiles, and additionally you end up with a whole new set of lot tiles, because this right here is showing everything specifically in a 4x4 grid. This shows everything in a 5x5 grid. Additionally, you get a whole new set of the goal cards, because once again these need to reference all 5 rows and just not the 4. And a few rules here just to explain that. Interestingly, the score sheets that came with the base game come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different spots on here, almost like they knew that you might be needing 6 spots on it there. It also advertises with the Crowded Cliffside that the single player solo mode on this will involve both players controlling 2 different colors. So yeah, just a good way to expand this game here. You can pull out the 5x5 grid anytime that you want to for the other games, but if you want to keep it simple and shorter when you only have 4 players, you can just go with the original 4. And last thing to ask about, a lot of people that get expansions, they like to compress everything down into a single box. So are you going to be able to do that with Positano? Well, let's take a look and see. So the answer is yes, you can fit everything in here. But man, is it just barely fit. Like right on there. Just barely. It is tight. This is really going to be a pretty good game overall. So if you like, so anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can go down to the comments section and let me know everything you think down there. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Make sure you catch everything that I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy with Point Extra G, and we'll see you around next time.